Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste. This is Chi with Divine Vibrations with Chi. Thank you so much for joining me today. I don't look like I got much sleep because I did not. I did not get much sleep. Last night, I actually stayed over at my sister's house, which is just a few blocks down the street because they went away for a couple days, and I was taking care of my doggy nephews, and and I stayed over there for the night. And I know this about myself, but I do not sleep very well in anyone else's bed or anyone else's house. I am very much a person that loves to sleep in my own house, and I don't do well. So, like, even if I travel, I end up not sleeping very well because I am so much of a comfort of my own home kind of person. So, last night I actually didn't sleep very well. So those of you probably can relate to that. And then some of you sleep like a baby, right? When you go out of town and vacation. Now I know people that uh, sleep better when they're on vacation. So yay for you guys. I wish I could be like that, but I'm not. Divine Tribe, thank you so much for joining me and checking out my videos. I hope that I bring some positivity to your life every day with my affirmations and stories and adventures, as well as the oracle cards that I read. So thank you so much for joining me. Uh, so let's start off today with our daily affirmation because I mean, heck, I need it. I need it really bad today. I need the universe's positive energy. Uh, I don't do so well when I don't get enough sleep. So let's see what the universe has to say to me today. Da-da-da-da. Let's see. Oh. I am a healer of mind, body, and soul. Yep, that's funny because the title of today's stream is Who You Fightin'? Uh, I am a healer of mind, body, and soul. And that is absolutely true. We are all healers of our mind, body, and soul. We just don't really know it because most of the time we are fighting our mind, body, and soul in many different ways, whether it's uh, and actually, the biggest way is that we put impurities into our mind, we put impurities into our body, and we put impurities before our soul. And the reason I believe that is we are our own worst enemies, man. We fight ourselves on everything. We are number one uh, opponent. It is not the world out there. And I'm starting to realize that even about myself, right? Like I am my biggest opponent. There isn't anybody else out there in this world that is against me as much as I am against me in all of my efforts with my negative thinking, with my negative behavior, with my lack behavior, right? Like, because when you're telling yourself you can't do something, when you're telling yourself you shouldn't do something because you're this way or that way, who the F cares? Who the F cares about failing? Who the F cares about not making it? Or, you know, what matters most is that you tried and that you are taking small steps into that positive future, or that you're affirming yourself into what you want out of your life. And if you're not failing, you are not going to succeed. And I think people really, I grew up in a family and culture um, that failure was a negative, it was a negative period. Like there was no room for failure. There's no room to fail. You need to succeed. You need to succeed on the first try. You need to come home with all A's. You needed to be the best of the best. You had to look the best. You had to be the best. And really, what is best? Most of us don't even realize what is best for us. What is best for me is not always going to be what's best for the next person sitting next to me, or the person on the other side of me, or the person behind me, or the person in front of me. Is not. And that's the problem with ourselves, that we're fighting. We're fighting ourselves, and we're fighting this imagery of what is best for everybody else, and we fail to look at what's best for us. A prime example of this is yesterday I was talking to my mom, and I was talking to her about the circumstance with my dad. And my parents are divorced, and my dad recently had a stroke, and he is not doing well. He just isn't. His cognitive abilities have declined severely. If he was cantankerous before, he's even more cantankerous now. My sister is struggling to deal with him. He's got a host of other medical issues like diabetes and congestive heart failure, along with the stroke symptoms and issues. And he's just not the same person, right? He can't read, he can't focus, he can't remember. He's just a difficult person to deal with because of the cognitive decline. And that being said, he is he's with my sister right now, and he is probably coming here to Portland, Oregon, because he's going to need to be taken care of with somebody that can maybe take care of him a little bit more, with a little bit more time for him. And my mom, who is a retired nurse, has always impressed her dreams and wishes upon me. Always. Both my parents have. And if you know anything about Indian culture, Indian parents are super pushy. They are. They want you to win. They want you to be at the top of the crop. They want you to do it their way. And if you don't, you're basically the failure, the black sheep, the disappointment. And I'm used to being the disappointment of my family, but definitely not to myself. I don't feel like I'm a disappointment. And for many years, I went to school, I got my degrees, I worked in healthcare and everything like that. And maybe that's going to come in handy now with my dad maybe coming next month or so, we don't know how that's going to roll out. but I'm realizing that I'm never going to please my mom. I'm never going to please my mom. So we're talking about the circumstance of him coming here. And the first thing she says is, well, maybe you'll run a foster home. I do not want to run a foster home, you people. That is not my idea of a dream. It's not my dream at all. And she's been pushing this on me for like years now. First, she wanted me to be a nurse, and maybe you'll be a nurse. 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 It's so like, I just want to shut up, right? And what it taught me, and even yesterday when in the moment, in the now, I got upset with her, right? Because it's like, stop, time out, stop pushing your goals and your dreams and your desires on me. That's not what I want. And I think that's the problem that we're all at here in our journeys, in our personal journeys. We are not only fighting those external factors that we've given a voice to, we've given validation to over our own validation, because we're seeking validation, right? In my culture, your parents' opinion of you is paramount to your success, and it's not. They're just another soul on a soul journey. They're a soulmate that promised to bring you into this world and promised to help nurture you in some way. But ultimately, we are all here on our own personal soul journeys. We are. We're not here to do what our parents want us to do. We're not here to do what other people or other souls want us to accomplish. And the reason that we end up dissatisfied in our life is because we give power to somebody else's idea of what success is for ourselves. And then we fight that. And then we find depression and anger and suppression, right? Because we are suppressing our own journey, our own purpose, our own reason for being here. And maybe this might be a detour, me taking care of my dad, or my dad coming to stay with me while he needs it. And those of you who've maybe seen other videos of mine, my dad and I do not get along. We don't get along. He is super misogynistic and I'm super independent. I'm not a, people could call me a feminist, but I'm not a feminist. I'm a humanist, because I believe that men and women, both, if in balance, actually are a help to each other, but that the yin and the yang in our society has not been there for so long, for over 2,000 years. There's been a lot of yang energy, which is masculine energy, and the yin energy has been submersed and shut up. And that's, I think, the reason why we are experiencing what we're experiencing in our society today, is that there is so much suppressed yin energy and so much masculine, which is like fighting and assertion of power and dominance, instead of allowance. And yin is very much a go with the flow kind of energy. It absorbs and it just is. And that is, and it allows, and that is what we need more of. And I truly, honestly believe that that's why our world is experiencing what it is experiencing, is because there has been too much yang energy, and the masculine energies, because we are all energy, we are all chi. That is partly why I call myself chi versus whatever given name I am, is because that is just a label, right? We all have these damn labels. I'm a woman. I'm a divorcee. I'm a single mother. I'm a college graduate. I am Indian. I'm Sri Lankan. I am single. I am married. I am a mother. I am a father. I am a this. I am a that. I'm a doctor, someone says, or a lawyer. We are so interested in what title we are, we forget about who we really are. And we're fighting that real being inside of us, the one that actually came here to do something And we've forgotten what that something is. And because we've forgotten that something and we're fighting our inner person, because this right here, I've said this before, this is a freaking suitcase. This is a suitcase. And it's an example of this is so a lot of times, in my experience with dating and yada yada, men will say to me, "Oh, you're so beautiful." Well, thank you. Thank you. I am beautiful and I do feel beautiful. But what they're talking about is that my suitcase is beautiful to them, right? But what's inside my suitcase, they don't give a shit about. It could be a hot mess in there. And most likely, all of us are a hot mess inside a suitcase. Once you start freaking unpacking your suitcase, you'll realize that all of us are a hot mess in there because we haven't organized our suitcase. We're fighting it. It's like we're fighting luggage through an airport, man, off to another destination, doing this, doing that, and not really thinking about what trip we should be on, what trip should we be taking, and how is my suitcase packed? You know, is it just, I mean, you could look hotter than hell, but you could be a hot mess underneath. And who the F fucking cares? Pardon my language. Who cares? Who cares? Everybody is so concerned about what somebody else is doing. Everybody looks at somebody else and says, I want to be her, or I want to be him, or aren't they awesome? Well, here's the thing, that is a lack mentality. You are always going to be that person that does not ever realize how good you really are and who you are meant to be and your full potential because you're fighting who you are. You're so busy trying to be somebody else. Who the F cares? You know, the reason those people are so beautiful to you, the reason they are on a pedestal is because they've realized something that you haven't done yet. They have figured out who they are. They, without fear, have stopped fighting their inner self. They have unpacked their luggage and reorganized their suitcase, their inner suitcase. The outside could say Louis Vuitton and the inside could say garbage pile. Could have rotten tomatoes in there. And you know what? That Louis Vuitton on the outside can like only last for so long. I'm 45 years old. Do you think that I'm going to get any younger? No. Nobody's figured that out yet. Sorry. I don't care what makeup you use or what lotion or what juice smoothie you're drinking. It might as well be spiked because none of us are going backwards. None of us are Benjamin buttoning it back, right? There's no Benjamin Button in this situation. You're not going to be a baby again. Maybe in your next life, but not in this one. So you got to figure out what it is you're here for. And once we figure out what we're here for, and I think this is the key to it all, honestly, for me anyway, is living my truth. Stop fighting what I want. And so back to my conversation with my mom yesterday of her wanting me to do it, what she thought was my dream. I finally just told her, no, stop. I am not going to be this. I'm going to be whatever I want. And you may not like it. But I'm not here for you to like me. I don't really give a rat's ass whether you like me. You already did your job. And whether you're proud of me or not doesn't matter either. Because the only thing that matters and the thing that we need to stop fighting is that image that we have of ourselves in the mirror. And you might not like that image right now, but once you learn to love that image of who you are as you create the person that you are meant to be, none of all this crap matters. What really matters is what's your soul truth, you know? What's your soul truth? What's your soul journey? What are you here to do and how are you going to do it? And it's not going to be easy. But it's totally going to be worth it in the end, because in the end, all the joy, all the happiness, all the things that matter, you'll achieve that. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. It's true. And I get a little bit emotional about it because I feel sad for our world, because all of us are in this world trying to be somebody else instead of our best selves. When all of us can find true happiness by just being ourselves, by appreciating the person that we are and what we came here to do. And not everybody came here to do the same thing. Not everybody came here to be a awesome singer. Not everybody came here to be a doctor or a nurse or an engineer like my parents wanted me to be. And I'm sorry to disappoint, but I'm not sorry to disappoint, because I didn't come here to live their life. And I'm not going to fight myself anymore. And maybe this channel isn't what I'm supposed to be either. Maybe this channel is supposed to be just a segue to my own personal journey that helps me unveil or unpack my suitcase, you know? And that's what we all need to realize for ourselves, is that we're not here to please somebody else. We're not here to live out somebody else's journey. We're here to live our own journey. And until we get on that path, and it's not going to be easy, that's the truth, especially when you are firmly on it, and we are going to hit obstacles. But don't we already hit obstacles every day? Every day we're hurdling it. We're Carl Lewis. I don't know if anyone knows who Carl Lewis is. I'm kind of dating myself, but he was a track athlete who was super fast. And let me tell you, watching him run was just amazing. But watching him hurdle was something else. And it was, he just sailed right over them, right? And we all have hurdles in our lives that we currently, right now, are experiencing. But the hurdles that we're experiencing are hurdles that we are experiencing because we're not following our life path, because we are fighting our true path. And I believe that although we might have hurdles when we are following our true path, I feel the universe, although might challenge us, will also give us the answers we need, because we are on that path. And instead of fighting what we're not, we're fighting for what we are and what we're meant to. And so even though there might be a fight for what we want and what we are and what we're supposed to be, it will be something that grows us, that brings us closer to our truer selves. And in that, We learn the lessons that we need to grow, and then we become. We are. I am. I am this. I am that. I am the soul I was supposed to be. Instead of being something that somebody else has an idea of, that they have a vision. So don't live out somebody else's dreams. Fight for yourself. Fight for what you want. Even if it is a food truck and you think that that's bad, and I'll tell you, that's something I wanted to do. I wanted to open up a food truck and sell dosas. And dosas are these like huge crepes that are Indian crepes. And my mom just thought that that was just ridiculous. You might be the best dosa maker there is. So don't let other people tell you what you need to do on your journey, because they're on their journey and you're on your journey. And only you can figure out what your journey is, because this is an individual thing. This whole life thing, although we're here to help each other out as brothers and sisters, as mothers and fathers, my children are technically not my children. My job is to bring them to a certain point in their life to where they can launch into their own soul purpose. That's it. They are technically not mine. I don't own them. They own themselves. They are themselves. Their dreams are their dreams. They're not my dreams. Whatever my daughters become, whatever my son becomes, is what he's supposed to become, or what she's supposed to become. And wishing myself upon them is wrong. All I'm here to do is facilitate a mindset that you can. You're here to live out your dreams. And so this is fitting because yesterday I created this with my mother. It says, I am kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. Yeah. Yeah. And this is from the soul attraction? No. Which deck is this? Super Attractor deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. And I'll put it in the comment section. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys, because that really helps with YouTube knowing that there's awesome content here. And hit the notification bells, because I get on as much as I can. I try to do it every day, provided my streaming is not dysfunctioning. But this is important. If you are fighting for yourself, you just bring that closer. You're fighting for your truth and your journey. You are setting healthy boundaries and telling people that, no. Your dream is not my dream. It's just like if you also have, we all have abusive people around us, that whether it's a friend that's super overbearing and thinks that you should be a certain way, whether it's a sibling, whether it's a parent, whether it's a spouse or a life partner. Somebody's always trying to tell you who you should be. And the only person you should listen to is yourself. And that's the only person I do listen to anymore, is myself. Because I'm the one that knows what's best for me. I know my soul truth. And I no longer wish to put up with the bullshit. Because it is. It's just bullshit. because no one has a right to tell you who and what you should be. They can make suggestions, but you know, it's still up to you. And you can take it under advisement. I do that. I'm like, I'll take it under advisement. Thanks for the info. Oh, show. Let's see, these two cards came out. If I had a magic wand and could have anything I desired in life, what would I choose? Exactly. You technically do have a magic wand. It's invisible right up here. It's your insides. You have it. It's burn with desire. There is power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. And today's soul action is today, go inward. Your answers lie within. Oh God, I love the universe. I love the universe. It always affirms me in everything. What do you desire? Choose what makes you happy and do that. Oh my gosh. I'm not making this shit up. There it is, right here. You can read it. I'm gonna hold it up. That was the soul card that came out just now. You know? You can't make this shit up. Pardon my language. And yes, I do swear sometimes. That's pretty amazing. And the second one is, do I believe I am worthy? That's another thing, that we fight. It's our own sense of self-worthiness. Like we think somebody else's right to have their dreams come true. Well, actually, not true. We're all have a right. Every single freaking billion soul in this earth has the right to have their soul journey and their dreams come true. That's the whole purpose of this journey, you guys, is for your dreams to come true. And you have to want to believe that that is the number one reason we're here on this journey is to make our dreams come true. It says you are worthy, you are deserving, you are loved. Yes, you are. Start seeing the divine beauty within you and go out and claim the life you have dreamt up. Your crown has been bought and paid for. Put it on your head and wear it. That is a quote from Maya Angelou, who is one of my favorite authors. And it is. That's so true. And the soul action from the second card is for a big goal or dream you have, ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? And today's mantra is, I am worthy of it all. Yes, you are. It is not just saying it. And then this is the thing about people, and law of attraction and everything like that, is people think you just, oh, but I've been saying it. Yep. You can say lots of things. People say lots of stuff. But do you believe it? Do you believe that you deserve your dreams to come true? Do you believe that this life was meant for you to live a certain pathway and you already know what that map is? That map is inside your head. That map is inside your heart. That map is inside your gut. And if you are listening to all of the chakras, you're listening to all your chakras. Okay. Your soul guidance. your inner truth, your voice to speak, the heart that drives you, the solar plexus, the burning in your heart and in your soul, the stomach that tells you, this is it, this is not it, the warnings, and then the foundation, the groundedness to know, yeah, this is what I should be doing. Knowing your own truth is super important. Stop fighting yourself. Stop fighting what you came here to do. So the affirmation for today is, I am a healer of mind, body, and soul. Yes, you are. Put that in your phone as your screensaver. And your mantra is, I am worthy of it all. I am worthy of it all, because you are. So I'm just going to close out with a little bit of tone, because I love tone. And I hope that you guys, this helps somebody. Please like and subscribe my videos. I am not doing it for any reason other than I love to do this. I love to raise my own frequency and vibration. Everything in this earth, everything in this solar system, people talk about the Big Bang. What was the Big Bang? It was a vibration. It was a vibration that created all of this, and it was meant to happen that way. Whether somebody wants to put a human body and call it God, maybe that's what you do. I was raised Catholic and I was married to a Mormon. And then my second husband was an atheist. So I've been all over the spectrum. And I believe in a universal love for the entity that is God, right? I believe God is an energy, and God is within us, and God is within everything, whether you want to call it God, universe, source, Shiva, Ganesh, whatever. It's just a label. But the feeling is what you need to know. It's affirming that feeling. Stop fighting that feeling, that knowing that you were here, you were created for a purpose. You have dreams and desires that are burning inside of you, and you got to go out there and get it, because nobody else is going to do it for you. And do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. I'm not doing this because I want to be famous. I could care less. But if it helps one person, even if that one person is me, every day to come and do this free and raise my frequency, and maybe even realize something I needed to learn about whether I'm worthy, whether I'm on my journey, then it was all worth it. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing day. Please like and subscribe my videos. And I'm just going to end with a little bit of tone. Namaste.